All right, we're going to take a look at some highlights now from the Kern County Raceway Park's action, and a lot of fun, and of course an emotional night, a major night, and again a night that I think that ultimately emphasizes how important this racing community is, and how closely knit they are, and how they take care of people, and they do good work. That's really the kind of underlying message here.
Couldn't have said it better.
All right, let's take a look at these results, and Steve, take it away.
All right, first up, well, this is where he gets to say, gentlemen, start your engines with two of his best friends, Braden. And we kick things off with the junior mini dwarfs, the 5 to 8-year-olds. Whoa, there goes the 24 of Haley Sharp making the spin, and that opened the door for the 07 of Cale McClinney. 5 wins in a row for that young racer. Up next, the seniors. And it's been a pretty good battle with Lane McDonald and Riley Massey. But the 17, she's really coming into her own. Kersey Young really with now the experience and able to drive the car to the inside of Lane McDonald there and kind of muscle her way to the lead. And that young lady driver, 5 wins in a row as well. Bandoleros, first up, into turn number 1. A little bit of bumping and banging, kind of going 3 wide, and then we missed the flip, and that's Jeremy Clark. Hit the K-rail early, coming out of turn number 2 on the opening lap, and flipped over, but we did get to see him climb out of his race car under his own power, and he was all right. Car's a little torn up, some pretty heavy body damage, but there's the battle right there as Seth Wise in the 87 car is your leader, and going to the inside is Cabe McClinney to take over the lead, I believe, on lap number 3. He's got the 00 Cheyenne flip on. The battle between those two drivers has been a great one this year. Both came into this Saturday night with 2 wins apiece, but it was Cabe McClinney with his 3rd victory of 2015. Now, here was the race that I was really looking forward to. A great battle with Lawless Allen on the 25, going to the inside early to get around the 21 of Josh Ayers. And then here, the points leader, the 17 of Eric Olson and the 31 of Fast Eddie Garoni. This would really be the battle. We had a caution where Olson made a little contact with another car, and I think that affected the handling of his car late in the race, and Fast Eddie Garoni was able to scoot out in front and get his 2nd win of the year with some of those young guns finishing 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. First late model main event of the evening, and it wouldn't take long for that number 44 of Eric Richardson to move to the inside of Chris Dalton into turn number 1 and take over the lead, and man, I'll tell you what, he opened a huge advantage, nearly a complete straightaway over the rest of the field, approaching lap 29. And then the 51 of Racing Vernon has problems with his car, bringing out a caution late, which resets the field, and Richardson takes the inside line on the restart, and they are door handle to door handle down the back straightaway. Lance Wilson is going to take the checkered flag by that margin, 0.03 of a second to the finish, and Lance Wilson extends his points lead there with his 3rd victory of the year. Southwest Tour Trucks making their debut. Cecil Phelps out in front early in the yellow 66 machine, but you got to keep your eyes on that orange and black 87 right there, taking over the lead. That, of course, is a racer that we've known very well around the Kern County area, and that is, as soon as I can find my notes here.
Yeah.
No problem. I'm just probably going to miss
That's
all
all
the
right.
great racing. That, of course, is Neil Conrad, and there's the 78 of Ronnie Davis Jr., the Rocket, taking over the lead late in the race. He really was patient in this event and let the truck come to him and celebrates in victory lane at Kern County Raceway. Another exciting one here, the NASCAR Super Stocks with Greg Puskarich jumping out to an early lead, but the 02 of Paul Ebersbacher really has been working hard on that NASCAR Superstock as Ricky Bird spins in turn number 4. We stay green on that deal, and Ebersbacher able to maintain the lead, but look at there, the number 1 car of Perrin Kuchar. That's the 2014 championship winning car, that old steel-bodied Nova, able to reel in Ebersbacher late in the race. Gives him a little bump and run here, coming to the checkered flag. He's able to pull to the inside. Yeah, the milkman trying to deliver right here. 3/100ths of a second, and Ebersbacher gets the victory. That was outstanding. And the final main event of Braden's Braveheart night at the races saw Chris Dalton on the outside of the front row with Josh Horn on the inside. Dalton would take the lead early and bring the 44 of Eric Richardson with him. And just like late model main event number 1, Richardson to the inside of Chris Dalton down the back straightaway. He takes over the lead, and he would hit his marks in all 35
Yeah,
laps of this one. And Lance Wilson trying to march his way up into the second spot. But that 44 Summer Right machine had it dialed in main event number 2. And he gets the win with a points push for the NASCAR late models.
Another outstanding night of racing, and you guys are off this weekend, but looking forward to July 4th, right?
Absolutely. We're fired up about that. You know, we're going to have skydivers, face painting that humongous American flag.
Yep.
We're going to have some special treats in our opening ceremonies with a couple of singers on that Saturday night. Of course, we have all of our cooling stations set up, 2 icebox cooling stations on either end of the grandstand, and then some American safety cooling stations throughout the area
nice.
there. So if you're worried about being hot, don't
worry about
it because those cooling stations literally drop the temperature 20 degrees. It's a shaded area. And then, of course, 6 divisions of racing, 3 of those on the half mile, and then a huge fireworks spectacular to end the night.
Let me ask you real quick. We got about 90 seconds left to go.
Okay.
Road course for NASCAR this weekend.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I love the race in Sonoma. I went up there. It was actually my first NASCAR race that I attended when it was called Sears Point.
Right.
The course was a lot longer, but I really do like the summertime in Napa. You know?
Right.
It's not a bad place to be.
I'm sure a few of the drivers don't mind it either.
No, and the field is kind of wide open
Yeah.
on this deal. Now, you used to have the ringers. Well, the ringers really don't. They're not getting the finishes they used to have because now there's specialized cars for every team. They all go out and practice. I mean, it's really anybody. My picks, of course, are Kevin Harvick,
Yep.
Tony Stewart. I think this could be the one that he breaks through on. But I mean, who won last year? Martin Truex. No, it wasn't Martin Truex Jr. It was Clint Boyer.
Yeah.
You don't think of him as a road racer.
No.
I mean, he's a dirt modified guy.
Right.
So I mean, it's wide open. So it's going to be an exciting race.
And then finally, give us the plug. Are you still doing your radio?
Yeah, I'm still doing the.
When is that? Tell us when we can hear that.
It's
and where.
Mondays and Fridays on Bakersfield's Best Country, KUZZ, the Coors Light Race Report. Just happy to be there and report what's going on nationally and locally. So it's a preview on Friday and then a review on Monday morning, 7:35 on KUZZ.
Listen to it. We command it. All right, got to get out of here.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week. What? Oh, one of the McClenny kids won it. Bye.